And hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are. It's work time with Dr. Dwain Woode, y'all. Glad that you are here. Glad that you're back in this space where we find ourselves in the fourth quarter, Q4, right? Q4 is what we're talking about. And we are in the process of working through our series, and it's titled Q4 Winning Moves. You know, as we get into the fourth quarter, this is where we find ourselves sometimes. Things may not have gone the way we thought they were going to go. Things may have gone the way we thought they were going to go, but we're a little tired. Or we never really got on the court, right? Court of life, court in our business, in our extracurricular activities, in our relationships, in our families. So many different aspects, so many different modalities in our lives. And I want to convince you that here in the fourth quarter, this is not time to give up. We can still be successful, and that's what we're talking about. We've been talking about Q4 Winning Moves. That's the series that we're doing. This is episode number, can you believe it? Episode number 32, y'all. That's right. We've been going 32 episodes. So we're talking about behaviors to help you succeed in the fourth quarter, in Q4, and specifically talking about strategies. What are those things that we can learn and do and implement to navigate the year-end sprint to success? That's what we're talking about in this series, and I'm excited that we have been able to be with you, and that you've been able to be with us as we move through this last part of the year. You can still be successful. You may have something that you can dust off of the shelves, right? You may have a project that you've been working on, a project that didn't get off the ground, a project that has been off the ground and you've been doing well in, and you are just a little tired and you just need a little push. You need a little, yeah. So that's what we're here to do. And so we're going to do a little talking here in the beginning, and then we're going to have some time where you get to work. So I hope you brought your work with you so that we can get into it. I've got some things that I'm going to be working on here tonight, as we do all the time, and when we do our show, I'm going to be working on some things in the background, and you're going to be working on some things there. If you are watching this on the replay, that doesn't mean that you can't do anything. You can go ahead and play it and listen to the little session that we have, the discussion, and then use the rest of the show, the rest of this episode, for your work time. That's what I'm doing. I am trying to develop a habit, a routine, if you will, of time blocking or blocking, right? So I am going to my calendar, and I've put time aside on the calendar, a specific time, which is right now, where I am designating that as work time. Okay, you can designate it as other things, whatever it is that you need to be doing in your calendar. Make sure that it's on the calendar. And here, this is my work time. So I've got to do some work for my day job, for some things I've got to do here in the social space, where whatever I have on my to-do list that I've prioritized. I mean, we talked about prioritization as well. So I'm doing that, and I'm using this space, this time, to do my work, right? So Q4 Winning Moves. And we have been moving through each episode. We've been dealing with a different aspect of techniques and behaviors that we need to implement. And specifically, we've been working in this last, now, let's see, 5 or 6 sessions on how do we get back on track, right? How do we get back on track? Actually, let me get over here. How do we get back on track? And that is what we have been talking about, getting back on track. I think I pulled up the right one. Right. But specifically, how do we get back on track? We're talking about, in this episode, overcoming obstacles. What we did in the previous one, we talked about staying motivated and building habits. And then tonight we're moving on to talk about obstacles, right? So how do we overcome obstacles? And this section that we're discussing here is going to take us a few episodes, right? So we're going to introduce the concept tonight, And then we're going to come back, and in some subsequent episodes, we're going to talk about some specifics about what do we do as we're overcoming obstacles. And let me back up for a second, because there is one slide that I want to, let's see, where is that? Let's look at this one. How to get back on track, right? So this is where we've been going in terms of how to get back on track. And that is recognizing that you're off track, right? So we talked about recognizing that you're off track, understanding why you got off track in the first place, strategies to get back on track. And we went through, if you've not done so, go back and look at these shows, right? Because each of them is a show that's out there in the playlist. Strategies to get back on track, staying motivated, right? That was the part one. And then building habits, which is what we discussed last night. And now we're getting into overcoming obstacles, right? So overcoming obstacles. And as I said, this one is actually a very interesting process, the overcoming obstacles, because there are several things that we want to learn as we're talking about obstacles. So let's hop over and let's take a look at that, right? So the main thing that we want to do when we're talking about overcoming obstacles is we want to harness, right? Harnessing problem-solving skills. Let me put a pin in that, y'all. The big part of overcoming obstacles is being able to solve problems, right? And then also embracing flexibility and adaptability. Because it doesn't really matter how much planning that we do, y'all. There is always going to be something that comes up that does not go the way we thought it was going to go, right? So in business, in our personal lives, if any of those areas, right, things can come up that require us to be flexible. And if we don't have the correct problem-solving skills, then that causes us angst, distress, anxiety, and it can derail us and help and make us not continue in the process, in that thing that we were working on, that business, that relationship, whatever it is, whatever aspect, whatever domain you're working in. If we don't build flexibility, then we run into trouble. We can run into issues, okay? All right, so overcoming obstacles, right? Harnessing problem-solving skills, and then embracing flexibility and adaptability. So problem-solving skills. So harnessing problem-solving skills. What does that mean? Well, in order to harness these skills, first of all, we got to be able to identify obstacles. How do we identify obstacles? Well, this is similar to what we talked about when we talked about identifying why or that you are off track. Right? How do you know that you're off track? How do you know there's an obstacle? An obstacle shows up. You know you're encountering an obstacle when you are working your plan. You're working your plan, but things aren't going the way they were designed, the way you planned it. You know those SMART goals that we talked about? You set them up, you put the benchmarks, you put those mileposts, you're celebrating them as you get to them, and you run into one and say, wait a minute, I've been at this for this, whatever the allotted amount of time that you've given to that task or that portion or that chunk. We talked about chunking of the goal. And wait a minute, we are past that time, or we're past the money. We have used up the resources. We don't have the support, and yet we have not achieved where we said we were going to go. Or we've achieved where we said we go, but all the resources are gone. We can't continue. Right? So identifying obstacles. When you identify the obstacles, then you can say, okay, I can do something about it. But first you got to identify it. Then cultivating a problem-solving attitude. This is a huge one. A problem-solving attitude. You may remember that we talked about the growth mindset. The growth mindset says that I am not limited to my current circumstance. Right? The fixed mindset says what I have right now, that's all I can get. But the growth mindset said that if I work, if I learn, if I change, if I adapt, if I pivot, then I can move to a better position, a better location, a higher financial status, a better educational status, a better whatever area we're talking about. The growth mindset said that I can change. So similarly, having a problem-solving attitude says that it doesn't matter what obstacle or what issue or what problem or what challenge comes to me, because I am open and I'm willing to look at it. I'm willing to move into that space. I'm willing to pivot. I'm willing to adapt. I'm willing to learn that I can handle it. Right? So one of the things I love about like spy movies is the training that they go through. And I forgot which movie it was. Maybe it was a series. And in this series, the trainee wanted to learn how to use weapons, guns and knives and so forth. And the trainer, right, or his mentor said to him, if you are in a position, if you're in a situation where you have a weapon, the weapon can be taken from you and used against you. And you may not have access to the weapon. So what I want you to begin doing is I want you to learn how to use your surroundings. Whatever is in your surroundings, I want you to begin learning how to use those as weapons. And I always remember that because it's just like here, right? So you're coming into a situation, you may not know where you're heading. You may not know all the things that are going on in that particular area. You may not have thought about a particular situation. But if you have a problem-solving mindset, it doesn't matter because you're moving into that situation, into that area, into that domain with an open mind that says, hey, whatever comes, I'm going to learn, I'm going to figure it out. And that is part of the cultivating a problem-solving attitude. Okay? And then we've got to develop some effective problem-solving techniques. And we're going to spend some time in upcoming shows talking about several techniques that we can use in problem-solving. I have been taking this course on critical thinking. And critical thinking, people think, or as if critical thinking people think. Let me say it a little differently. When you're talking about critical thinking, this is not necessarily to say that you're being critical, right, about everything. But critical thinking says that there is a structured way of evaluating information that's coming at you. Right? So critical thinking says that there is a structured way, or there are structured ways, because you don't have to use just one method in the critical thinking. But there are ways that I could think about information that allows me to evaluate the information and not just take it at face value. So it's not that I'm doubting everything or I'm accepting everything, but I have a structured way of evaluating information that's coming at me so that I can make an informed decision. Critical thinking. So problem-solving techniques allow you to take problems and allow you to put them into a structured method so that you can evaluate what the problem is and come up with solutions at the bottom, right? So everything falls in to whatever the technique is, and out of the bottom comes my solution. So there's the SWOT technique, right? That's one that you can use, problem-solving technique. I mean, there's several others. I mentioned that one, but we will talk about others that we can use to solve problems. And as we're working on these strategies, these techniques, these behaviors, if you will, they can be applied to lots of different domains. And I know I keep saying that, but it is true, y'all, right? It is true. They can be applied to so many different domains. Right. So harnessing the power, harnessing problem solving skills. Okay. And then, right, embracing flexibility and adaptability. So flexibility can be a key asset in responding to the unexpected twists and turns of Q4, because there are a lot of things that will happen, right? A lot of things that can happen. So in business, for example, right, flexibility may mean relocating or reallocating resources or changing a position or moving a different part of town, moving a different part of the building, moving a different space in the office, right? So reallocating resources and relocating resources to areas where the highest return potential or shifting market strategies are allowing you now to integrate yourself with customer trends, for example. Maybe there's a change in your niche, in your domain, in your market. And you got to be able to adapt with that. In the personal goals, on a personal level, right? Flexibility could be adjusting your routine to accommodate unexpected life events, or reevaluating your end of year goals to align better with your current situation. Right? So embracing flexibility and adaptability. And then, rigid plans, while they're necessary, need room for adjustment. We talked already about the fact that when you're too rigid, you break. And we don't want to break. We want to be flexible. We want to be able to absorb change. We want to be able to allow change to come and not have it derail us. Now, it may cause us to pause. It may cause us to actually stop to reevaluate. We may need to pivot. We may need to change. We may need to go in a different direction. But all of those, right? All of those are part of embracing flexibility. And as always, during this section about getting back on track, remember the journey back to your desired path is as important as the destination itself. So the destination is the bigger business, the higher financial security, the better relationship, the book that you're writing, the podcast, the whatever the goal is. That's where we're heading. That's the destination. But if we don't get back on track, that path, the journey to get back on track, then the destination never gets here. So that path to get back on track is as important as the destination itself. Right. All right. And then, y'all, remember, obstacles are not just barriers, but they are stepping stones to greater growth and success. Obstacles come, and obstacles will cause you to pause, cause you to reevaluate, cause you to switch, cause you to pivot, cause you to change. But they're not to stop you, right? They're not barriers. They're actually stepping stones so that you have greater growth and greater success. So part of getting back on track, right? How do we get back on track? We've got to overcome obstacles. And we're going to come back and we're going to spend more time talking about this in more detail. So this is just an introduction to this idea of overcoming obstacles. We're going to come back, as I said, and we're going to talk about some techniques for problem solving. We're going to talk about more about how do we harness those problem solving skills? How do we embrace flexibility? How do we practice adaptability? Right? All those things are coming, right, in our future episodes as we continue. Right? So we are here, y'all, Monday through Thursday, unless otherwise stated. in this space. Q4 winning moves. Q4 winning moves. We're talking about behaviors to help succeed in the fourth quarter. Strategies for navigating the year-end sprint to success. And now we're going to hop over. We're going to get some work done, y'all. Hope you brought your work. Hope you brought the stuff you need to do to get working. I've got a few things that I'm working on right now, and just excited to have this time, the space to be able to do that. So if you got your stuff out there, go ahead and get it out. If you are watching this on the replay, put replay, right? Put replay there, and let's and then use this as a time when you can do that work. I do want to, let's see, Shawana, I want to give a shout out. Shawana sent a question in to us, and she wanted to know, are we going to be talking more about prioritization and let's see, about routines? And so Shawana, yes, we're going to do that. And I will, as we've been doing, right, I let you know, the series that we're on. So we've got the overall series, Q4 Winning Moves, right? Remember, we got that overall series. And then within the series, we've done several subsections. For example, we did the section where we talked about the 7 keys to success, right? Do you remember that? Where we used the book that I wrote, the 7 keys to success. So we did eight sections on that. Right now, we've been talking about how to get back on track, and so that's the series that we've been doing over the last several episodes. How do we get back on track? And as you saw, we have now probably 4 or 5 episodes within that subsection. So as we get into the various topics, you will see that we will do several shows dealing with that specific area. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. If it doesn't, Shawana, go ahead and drop us a message, drop us a line, and we will get back to that. And hey, y'all! I see a friend out there, Mr. Riley. He said, "What's good, Dr. Dwain, Dr. Woode? I'm back again, man. Glad that you are here. Glad that you're here. We just finished our discussion about obstacles, just an introduction on in this idea of how to get back on track and being able to handle obstacles. And so once again, this is the introductory episode of that subsection that we're going to be doing. We're doing several shows on problem solving techniques and so forth. How to build flexibility, how to build adaptability, how to practice those various behaviors and those attitudes and those strategies. And so we're just about to get to the work, y'all. Hope you brought your stuff. We're going to go ahead and pop over, get you some music, get the mute, get you the behind the scenes, and get to it. So let's pull out our stuff and let's get working right now.
Take a real close look now. Soon you'll realize you don't know what's coming down. I got you hypnotized. Take a real close look now. I'm going to show you how. I'm about to get down. So keep it up right now. So keep it up. So keep it up with me. I need to move. I need to feel the beat. Don't be a fool. You want a hand with me. Life isn't easy. You gotta roll the dice. You wanna change. Join the paradise. So bring it on if you want a hand with me. Alright.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions, we'll get away. This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's go, let's be free with me.
All right, all right. I hope you are having a good time doing some work. Um, I was actually working on getting my slides ready for the next sections in our show. Um, I've already kind of gone over with you what I do in terms of my schedule, and I'm a little bit ahead of schedule for the things I normally do during the week. That is my the show that I did on Monday, the short that came out tonight, not short but shorter version, the shorts that will come out over the next couple of days, and then the podcast, which is an edited version of the show, and the blog that we put out. One of the things that I'm actually adding is I've started working on I don't want to call it a newsletter, but I suppose you can be called a newsletter, but it is just something that I'm going to be sending out to those people on my mailing list. Just some kind of a devotional, I shouldn't say devotional, but a thought of the day or thought of the week. And then some resource, some tool that they could use as we work to create the life we've always wanted. Remember that's if you hear me talk at any length, you hear me say that phrase over and over and over and over again, right? So we are creating the life we always wanted. I was talking to somebody today about what has been coined the triple E formula for success, right? So I got to thank JP for coining that for me. But education, empowerment, and encouragement, right? So that is what I do, and so being able to provide some of that for people on my mailing list. So anyway, so I've been working on that as well and adding it to the things that we've been doing. So. It sounds like a busy schedule, but it's not really as busy as it sounds, because I've set up some structure to what I do, and put some things, some automations to some things that I do, and so I actually have fun. I have fun doing it and coming up with the content, and so I love that. So anyway, hope you're working on your stuff, and I am going to get back to our behind the scenes. We're going to mute. We're going to play a couple more things, and then we'll come back and talk and, kind of get out of here, hopefully a little bit after the bottom of the hour. Okay, here we are, y'all.
I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be. Life with no distractions, we'll get away. This is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's go, let's be free with me. Be free. Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free. Be free.
All right, y'all. And just like that, man, the work time seems to just go away so quickly, right? It runs out so quickly. I've been having some good time over here. Got some work done, and hopefully you the same. Got some things done. This is a great time, y'all, as we are talking about Q4, right? Remember, setting ourselves up to be successful for the rest of this year. This is also a great time to set ourselves up to be successful in the coming year, right? So it's not just, hey, how do we revamp and how do we put these techniques for here, right? We're talking about Q4, about the last quarter, and we've got what 4 or 5 weeks left in this year. So setting ourselves up for success, definitely, and also setting ourselves up for success as we move into the new year. Okay. So as I always say, if you've not already done so, make sure that you get over to our YouTube channel, and you'll see that there. We are a little over 3,300 subscribers now, y'all, right? So 3,350 something subscribers, 569 videos that we've got on the channel. And it is just a wealth of information. Remember, you hear me say it all the time. Hey, this is Dr. Dwain Woode. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. Here on the channel, I educate, empower, encourage you to take charge of your health, your life, avoid complications, go to the next level, and create the life you've always wanted. The education, the tooling, right, is right there on the channel, y'all. We're building out this library. And this space that I'm using right now, as we are talking and interacting with each other, this is part of that encouragement, right? This is the community that we're building. So the channel that we have is a big part of all of the things that you hear me say. So this is not just, hey, let me put some videos out, right? We're building a resource. We're building a library. In the library, we're giving education, right? So providing information. We are empowering by providing tools. And then, of course, we continue to build this group, this community. So I want you to make sure that you become a disciple for the community, right? So go out there. There are people who don't know that we're here. Let them know that we're here. Send them to our YouTube channel. Send them to come here so that they can learn and they can begin using the things that we're learning. If you're getting value, go ahead and give us thumbs up, comment on the things that you see on the videos. Now, I'm gonna tell you this, right? You know, when we first started doing this, you know, this whole idea of being out in the space and having people comment was a little unnerving for me. But I'm going to tell you now, I love getting comments. Now, even if you see a video that you don't think, hey, that's not one of my favorite videos, if there's something in that video you think, hey, I think Dr. Woode should have done this, let me know, y'all. Right? That's what community is about. That's what family is about. Right? So you help me grow, I help you grow. And we all help each other as we move through the rest of this year. All right, so get over to the channel, like, subscribe, send it to your family, friends, let them know that we're here. And then please also get over to my website. And on the website, there are a lot of resources that you will see there. Of course, there's a little welcome video that I did. In the middle of that website, you'll see the book that we used as part of this Q4 winning moves. We used this for, I think, 2 weeks ago now. We did several episodes where we used this as our resource, right? 7 Keys to Success. This is an amazing little book that you can get for free by getting to the website. So steps successful leaders use to create the life they want. Now, it says leaders, but that doesn't mean that you can't use it, right? It's just saying this is what they use to be successful. And if you want to be successful, you can use that as well. Our Unmasking the Sweet Truth About Sugar, right, is an amazing online resource. It is an online course a self-paced course that you can do. You can sign up for that. You can take it. There's an assessment that goes with it. There's a workbook that you can download and complete as you go through. And when you get to the end, you take the assessment and you get a certificate that says that you've gone through the program. Now, you'll see the cost there for the course. If you get in there and you type in Black Friday, so that Black Friday deal is still going on, y'all. That's right. It's still going on. It's about to go away in a couple of days, I believe. So if you type in Black Friday as the coupon, you'll get the discount. And then if you, as part of the community, as part of your growth, as part of your change, as part of you going to the next level, if you would like me to be more intimately involved with you in terms of providing a space, providing a coach, providing a mentor, providing a sounding board, I would love to be part of that group that you're putting together for yourself to improve, right? So get over to our website. You can sign up for our next level coaching program. And on the website as well, you'll see the blogs that we've been doing. So very good information there that's allied with all the things that we're doing in the space. And then finally, get over and you can watch or listen to our podcast. It's called Do You Know with Dr. Dwain Woode. All right. So love that you are out there. If you're watching this on the replay, just because you're watching in the replay doesn't mean that you can't use the show, these episodes, for the things that you need in terms of working and in terms of time blocking, right? So go ahead, start from the beginning, play it, listen to the teaching nuggets that we have, and then go through it. Right, so it's about 45 minutes to an hour long. So set that in your calendar and use this as the structured part of what you're doing in terms of getting time so that you can do the work that you need. All right. So glad that you're here. We are coming back again tomorrow night, y'all. We'll be right here for our Q4 winning moves. Make sure that you come back. We're talking about behaviors to help succeed in Q4, and specifically talking about strategies for navigating the year-end sprint to success. So glad that you're here. I want to see you back next week. See you back tomorrow night. We'll be here tomorrow night, and then Thursday night, and then of course next week we'll be here on our show at 7 o'clock Central. So thank you for being here. This is Dr. Dwain Woode. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. Here on the channel, I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health, your life, avoid complications, and go to the next level. Create the life you've always wanted. I will see you again in these streets, in these digital streets. Good night, good morning, good evening. Take care.